News broadcast. I am Lakshita Singha and alongside me is Kasuni Balachandra, and we are ready to bring you the latest from home as well as from overseas.
The coal tender offered on 25th August has been cancelled. The cabinet approves to import maize or other suitable grains needed to produce animal feed. Limits imposed on foreign tours of ministers. Satosa reduces price of 5 essential goods. Foreign Minister Ali Sabri meets the US President. The national television wins both awards for media at the South Asia International Business Excellence Awards ceremony. 10 people die following a shooting in Mexico.
We move on to those and other stories in detail, and in your top local story tonight, the cabinet has decided to cancel the coal tender offered on the 25th of August.
Issuing a Twitter message, Minister Kanchana Wijesekara has said that the decision was taken after the supplier informed he could not act according to the tender, stating that there are court cases and a risk of payment guarantees. Ceylon Coal Company has published a new international open competitive tender allowing any suitable supplier to provide coal on long-term credit. The minister has said that immediate steps will be taken to bring down coal stocks scheduled to be brought down according to the tender issued last year to meet the present shortage of coal. The cabinet has empowered the subject minister and the related subcommittees to take steps, considering it is a national requirement to minimize power cuts during the cabinet meeting yesterday. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Bandhu Raghunawardena said that there was a discussion about coal. There is a conspiracy to impose power cuts by stopping scheduled stocks of coal. The subject minister and ministerial subcommittees have been empowered to take any measures to prevent a situation where there are power cuts of 10 to 12 hours by stopping coal power plants. Accordingly, purchasing of coal will take place as a national requirement without causing problems to the people. Minister Kanchana Wijesekara informed the cabinet that measures will be taken to prevent a shortage of coal. Minister Wijesekara briefed the cabinet on the electricity bills of temples. Other ministers, including Minister Vijaydas Rajapaksa, expressed their views about the matter. The president informed to implement a project on solar power to provide a long-term relief on electricity bill for all religious places. The president also informed to discuss about other methods to provide relief.
Permission has been given to import glyphosate for agriculture activities for the next 6 months. The proposal submitted by President Ranil Wickremesinghe has been approved by the cabinet.
The aim is to conduct agricultural activities more productively in the 2022-2023 Maha season. Accordingly, it has been recommended to allow to use glyphosate for all agricultural needs. All agricultural activities were severely affected by the decision to limit importation of glyphosate. As a result, there was a reduction of agricultural products and increase in market price of essential food items. The cabinet has approved the proposal submitted by Agriculture Minister to permit Promotion Board to import 25,000 metric tons of maize or another suitable grain to produce animal feed. About 600,000 metric tons of maize are needed annually to produce animal feed. Due to the shortage of foreign exchange, only 38,000 metric tons of maize have been imported by the end of June. The government has issued permits to import 250,000 metric tons of maize to animal feed production companies and to the sellers of animal feed raw material before the 31st of December. The cabinet has decided to appoint a ministerial subcommittee under the chairmanship of the Minister of Prisons and Constitutional Reforms to make recommendations to introduce new broadcasting laws enabling to introduce a system of ethics for electronic media with the aim of establishing a media culture that is accountable for the people. Various problems have arisen in the country recently due to certain media taking measures to incite hatred among the public against media ethics. Therefore, the recommendations will be made protecting the freedom of expression and changes that are taking place in the technological and legal sectors. The Cabinet has approved the proposal presented by the President in his capacity as the Minister of Economic Stabilization and National Policies to increase prior payment limits when importing agrochemicals and chemical fertilizer from $50,000 to $250,000 to maintain agricultural activities without any obstacles during the Maha season. The agriculture inputs importers have drawn the attention of the government for delays since approval has to be obtained from several organizations for each input when importing them and on the additional expenditure due to the delays. Foreign tours of cabinet ministers and state ministers will be limited only for essential duties. The decision has been taken with the aim of minimizing state expenditure due to the economic situation in the country. The proposal submitted by the cabinet stating only essential office or officials should take part in such hours was approved by the cabinet. Steps have been taken to amend the National Transport Commission Act No. 37 of 1991. The Cabinet has given approval earlier to amend the Act. Accordingly, the draftsman is drafting the amended bill. It is expected to include provisions to regulate three-wheelers, school vans and staff transport services. Accordingly, the proposal submitted by the Minister of Transport and Highways has been approved by the Cabinet to include relevant provisions to the draft bill.
SATASA has decided to reduce the price of 5 essential goods to provide relief to the public.
The prices will be effective until the 30th. Accordingly, 1 kilogram of imported big onions can be bought for 150 rupees from SATASA outlets. A kilogram of white sugar is sold for 478 rupees. A kilogram of imported white kakulu rice is sold for 179 rupees. A kilogram of imported Nadu rice can be bought for 185 rupees until the 30th. A kilogram of imported red dal is sold for 415 rupees. Consumers can purchase these items from SATASA outlets island-wide. Your Mahaweli Land Heritage Program is implemented in 10 Mahaweli zones.
It was launched today at Victoria E-Zone. The project delivers land deeds to homes. Handing over of land deeds symbolically took place under the patronage of Minister Russia and Sri Lanka. Minister Russia and Sri Lanka said that new methods have to be used under the present situation in the country and his ministry will give its maximum support for those activities. The Ministry of Irrigation and Mahaweli Authority have been able to contribute 1/3 of lands in the country in this regard.
A condolence motion on Queen Elizabeth II was tabled in Parliament today. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, governing and opposition members of Parliament expressed their views.
Her Majesty the Queen of Elizabeth, vote of condolence in the passing away of the Queen. I move that this Parliament resolves that Parliament, Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, pays his deepest sympathies to and conveys to His Majesty King Charles III and the royal family, the people of Great Britain, on the demise of world's immensely respected Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II.
But we have to grapple with the issue, what did Queen Elizabeth II mean to us, to Sri Lanka, the United Kingdom, to the Commonwealth and to the world? As Queen of Ceylon, her reign signified the transformation of our country from Ceylon to Sri Lanka. The great political upheaval started under her. The 1956 election victory, the emergence of the ethnic issue, the coming of the free education generation, the state control of the economy, 2 coup d'etats against the governments, the start of the armed uprisings in the south. She is a person, Her Majesty, is a staunch Christian and held to her belief as the defender of the Anglican faith. But as Queen of Ceylon, she also upheld the commitment to safeguard Buddhism under the Kandyan Convention of 1815.
The royal family, Her Majesty the Queen, the extended family, to the people of Britain, express our condolences and our deepest sympathies on the demise of Her late Majesty. Her late Majesty was a symbol of stability, the mother of the nation, the head of state, and the queen of their hearts. May she rest in peace.
Parliamentarian Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the royals respect their religion, nation, traditions and history. When she arrived in the country, she respected the country while safeguarding the honour of the royalty. Queen Elizabeth gave a message to the world without allowing a change of love of the people amid major changes in the world. She has set the example of respecting heritage of other races similar to the way of respecting one's own traditions and heritage. Now, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has expressed gratitude to the Indian High Commissioner Gopal Bhagle for the support given by India to get the assistance from the International Monetary Fund.
The meeting between the Prime Minister and the High Commissioner took place at the Temple Trees yesterday. During the meeting, attention was paid on increasing economic relations and cooperation between the two countries and expediting proposed joint projects. Briefings took place on Trincomalee oil tanks, harbour, railway lines, agriculture and fisheries projects. The Prime Minister thanked India for the support given by enhancing debt restructuring facilities amid the economic crisis. The support given by providing food and medicine was also appreciated. The Indian High Commission expressed happiness for the guidance of the Prime Minister given on various occasions to strengthen bilateral relations. Prime Minister's Secretary Anura Dissanayake and advisor of the Indian High Commission, Eldros Matthews, were present on the occasion. A ceremony and exhibition to mark 65 years of diplomatic relations between Russia and Sri Lanka took place today at the National Library. It has been organized by the Russian Embassy and the Russian Friendship Society. The exhibition is opened until 8 p.m. for the public. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and foreign ambassadors, including the Russian ambassador, were present on the occasion.
Foreign Minister Ali Sabri met US President Joe Biden in New York. Minister Ali Sabri has met the US President Joe Biden during a dinner which was hosted in connection with the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly. A delegation from Sri Lanka led by the minister is in New York to attend the sessions. A discussion took place between Indian National Defence Advisor Ajit Doval and Sri Lanka's High Commissioner in India, Milinda Moragoda. The meeting took place at the National Defence Advisor's office in New Delhi. Sri Lanka's High Commissioner Milinda Moragoda said that many measures are being taken to increase cooperation with India. The two directors of the film say that the newspaper film would have been limited to a paper if not for three producers, including Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena.
They say that producers were a main factor for the film to receive an award. After the cabinet press briefing today, producer of the film, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, expressed his views about the allegations levelled in Parliament yesterday about the international awards received by the film.
දැන් මේ ප්‍රවෘත්ති අපේ ජනවිර පත්‍රයේ නෙමෙයි පළ වුණේ. මහත්තයා කොහොමද හරියටම කියන්නේ? අපි මේ ෆොන්ට් එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. බොරු. පට්ටපල් බොරු කියලා තියෙන්නේ. පත්‍ර වලට ලියන මාතෘත් බොරු කියනවාද?
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that Azan International Film Festival is a major film festival. It has received about 600 films. We were informed that the film has been selected for the last 10 films. It was then informed that the film was selected for the final round. I spoke since I also wanted to speak to the Russian government ministers. I spoke to the main creator, Sarat Kotalavala. He asked me to go since he was acting in a film which cannot be postponed. When the announcements were made, it was revealed revealed that the two actors have won the award. I went and accepted the award. What happened thereafter was political mudslinging. I will inform about it to the Speaker. The teachers who have taught me have asked me to behave according to the knowledge received. Today is the 8th day of the Colombo International Book Fair.
A large group of people arrived from 9 a.m. today to the book fair, which is taking place at the PMICH premises. The national television is the electronic media sponsor of the event. A large group of people arrived at the exhibition premises today as well. There are more than 400 trade stalls at the premises, and the public can purchase books as well as stationeries at special discounts. Teledramas, films, documentaries and cartoon programs telecast over the national television can be purchased under special discounts at the National Television Trade Stall at the Sirmao Bandaranaike Hall of the exhibition premises. Nanamihina scholarship examination papers for the students who are sitting for this year's scholarship examination can be purchased under special discounts. Books can be donated for Children's Books Dansala organized by the National Television to coincide with the Children's Day at the premises. Further information can be obtained by calling over the telephone number 071 789 3558. Gamini Bandara Manikdivela of the News Division of the National Television has won both awards for media at the South Asia International Business Excellence Awards ceremony.
Athureyama and Dollar Thambili news segments submitted by him has won the awards. He was recognized at the award ceremony, which was held at Dhaka, Bangladesh last evening. Athureyama News Report won the award for South Asia's Best Investigative News. Dollar Thambili News Report has won the award for South Asia's Economic Development Strategy News. Athureyama and Dollar Thambili News were the only news segments recommended from Sri Lanka to the awards ceremony. It is significant to note that the national television has been able to win 2 awards at a single awards ceremony for the first time in an international awards ceremony in history. Those who excelled in several sectors including business, entrepreneurship, social service and media in South Asian countries were recognized at the awards ceremony. Both news have been recommended for the awards ceremony under the theme From Traditions to Modernity. Gamini Bandara Manikdivela is employed as an assistant producer at the news division of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation.
The No. 7 Helicopter Squadron of Sri Lanka Air Force, also known as the Cradle of Helicopter Pilots, located at Sri Lanka Air Force Base Hinguragoda, holds a reputation and a magnificent history from 1994 to date by rendering 20 years of dedicated service to our motherland. The squadron was initially established as the No. 401 Squadron on 23rd September 1994, comprising of Bell 212 and Bell 206 helicopters, and was redesignated as the No. 7 Helicopter Squadron on the 23rd of March 1996. The undeniable role played by the squadron paved the way to many victories throughout the war. Further, it keeps on assisting the nation with its aircraft fleet at the hour of need. In recognition of the esteemed services provided to the nation, the squadron was awarded the highest accolade a military organization could receive, the Presidential Colors, on the 2nd of March 2019. At present, the squadron is commanded by Group Captain Sanoj Jayaratna. The squadron carried out a weeks-long community service project at Siriketha Primary School, Hinguragoda, which was a remote school around the vicinity of the SLAF base, Hinguragoda. Further, a Bodhi Puja and a Pirit chanting program was also held at Buddhist Center, Hinguragoda, commemorating the fallen heroes of the squadron and also to invoke a blessing on present squadron personnel and their families. Sri Lanka Army Infantry Transport Platoon, which has been deployed for peacekeeping duties in Mali, has been recognized in connection with 2 operations to remove high-powered explosives.
The recognition has been made by the commander of the operational headquarters for integrated stability in Mali after meeting Sri Lanka troops. The Sri Lanka Army Infantry Transport Platoon with high professional and skills is engaged in vehicle security duties in Mali since 2017. Sri Lanka troops have found 2 high-powered bombs near a road when a line of vehicles transporting troops from Goa to Kidal area. The 12th Sri Lanka Engineering Corps defused the explosives, preventing major disasters. Commander of the headquarters, Lieutenant General Cornelis Johans Mathieson, has awarded a medal to Major DMD Senviratna of the platoon in recognition of the fleet. Foreign news on the other side of this break.
நாங்க சீக்கிரமா வங்கிக்கு போவோமா?
இந்த நாட்கள் எப்படிமா வெளியில போறது?
அப்பா வெஸ்டர்ன் யூனியன்ல பணத்தை அனுப்பி இருக்காரு.
அம்மாட கணக்கு இருப்பது மக்கள் வங்கியிலனால வங்கிக்கு போக தேவையில்லை. ஒரு கோல்லே வேலையை முடிக்கலாமே.
வாட்ஸ்அப் மற்றும் வைபர் ஊடாக தொடர்பு கொள்ளலாம். மக்கள் வங்கியில் மட்டுமே. வெளிநாட்டிலிருந்து வெஸ்டர்ன் யூனியன் ஊடாக அனுப்பும் பணம் இப்போது மக்கள் வங்கியின் கால் மற்றும் டிபாசிட் சேவை ஊடாக.
Happiness is a feeling for yourself, but joy, on the other hand, now that's something you share. Could also be a much-needed getaway from the routines of every day, or even a simple beginning to a grand story of empowerment with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
Hall in an industrial region of central Mexico plagued by drug cartel-related violence, authorities said on Thursday.
The massacre happened on Wednesday night in the municipality of Tarimoro in Guanajuato State, according to the regional prosecutor's office. The bodies of 9 men were found at the scene and another man died in hospital, it said. The governor of Guanajuato, Diego Sinue Rodriguez, condemned what he called a cowardly attack and vowed to restore order. Guanajuato has become one of Mexico's most violent states due to a dispute between the Santa Rosa de Lima and Jalisco new generation cartels, which fight for control of trafficking in drugs and stolen fuel. Since December 2006, when the government launched a controversial military anti-drug operation, Mexico has recorded more than 340,000 murders, according to official figures. Authorities have blamed most of the killings on organized crime.
Hong Kong's government says that from Monday, people arriving in Hong Kong will no longer have to go into mandatory hotel quarantine. Travelers will also no longer have to show a negative COVID test before boarding a plane to Hong Kong.
According to multiple media, Hong Kong
Instead, they will monitor themselves for possible infection for 3 days. The news sparked a rush for flight tickets to Hong Kong, with the Cathay Pacific website operating a queuing system to book. The airline said it was adding more than 200 pairs of flights in October to both regional and long-haul destinations. Quote, "While we will continue to add back more flights as quickly as is feasible, it will take time to rebuild our capacity gradually," unquote, a statement said. Hong Kong said some of the world's toughest rules as it follows China's zero-COVID policies, so its departure from what the mainland is doing is a long-awaited decision. Restrictions on people arriving have been in place for more than 2 years, and there are still rules in place for travelers.
The bodies of 61 migrants have been found after the boat they were traveling in sank off Syrian's coast, Lebanon. Transport Minister has said 20 survivors are being treated in a hospital in the Syrian city of Tartus. Officials said Lebanese, Syrian and Palestinian nationals, including women and children, were believed to be among the 120 to 150 people who were on board when the boat sank yesterday. It is not clear what caused the accident. A rescue attempt is ongoing. Officials added that the vessel had departed from Minyeh, a city near the Lebanese port city of Tripoli. The boat is believed to have been heading to Europe when it sank.
And in sports news, India legends beat England legends in the Road Safety World Series. We have more updates coming your way.
Each team was given 15 overs due to the inclement weather. Batting first, Indian Legends team scored 170 for 5 wickets. Sachin Tendulkar scored 40 runs. Yuvraj Singh was not out on 31. Stephen Perry took 3 wickets. England Legends team was able to score only 130 for 6 wickets. Phil Mustard scored 29 and accordingly Indian Legends team won the match. Indian captain Sachin Tendulkar was adjudged as the man of the match.